All right, everyone. I was asked to do a reaction video to Serena's movie. I'm not exactly sure what it's about. I was asked to do sort of a voiceover for a segment. I'm not really sure exactly what the context of it was, but I did. Uh, I support anyone who does any type of film. So, yeah, I'm not really sure what all the context is, but uh, she asked if I would, um, give a reaction video for it. So, yeah, I'm kind of going in blind. So, I've got the link. I'm watching it here. So, yeah, you guys can watch with me. So, yeah, hope you guys enjoy. So, and I'm starting now.
For years, all I wanted was just to have a family. I grew up alone, and honestly, that's what scares me in life. The day that you were born, I didn't feel alone anymore, but I had never been more scared in my life, for fear of losing you. And I knew that no matter what happened in life, that I needed to protect you. Your smile, your laugh, seeing your little accomplishments from a crawl to a walk, seeing how proud you were of yourself and what you could do made me more proud to be your father.
I for the love of fan film and pizza rolls. I have goosebumps right now. Is this what the whole thing's about?
With all due respect, the ship is lost. Abandoning ship may be our only...
Abandoned ship? Hell no. We're not losing this ship. Not
My
while I'm in
favorite scene
command.
with Michael.
Engineering, damage report. Sir, I can't contact engineering. They're gone.
Damn it. Torpedoes?
It's like a demon that haunts me. In my mind,
Duck Hunt.
still laughing at me.
That was great to shoot.
We both have gone through our fair share of battles and losses. But I think that's why people depend on us. We're leaders. We don't give up, man.
You steal my mission and now you're ducking out on our fight.
Lucky for you.
I bet you wouldn't be so cocky if Kirk was here.
It was great to have
Really?
Michael on
He
set
was here. I
with
put that
Melbourne.
broken down hull of an Enterprise right beside your.
I was
broken
really
down
honored to
ship.
have him there. Feature. I love how Carly sprays herself in the face.
Captain of USS Melbourne. I couldn't be possible without V'ger.
There you go, Michael, being all sexy. I love how he kisses the camera.
The specs about the warp coils. These things are huge. I can only imagine about the speed you guys must be reaching.
This
Kinda
was
curious about
the
weapon
first thing that I
designs.
did that
The thing about
was...
this ship isn't the stats at all.
I had approached Carly to do the thing, and we both just
Yeah.
agreed that it was
Like,
something that
it's
would
like
be
not
great
like a
between the
normal
two
flight.
films, between the two
Well,
shows,
the bureaucracy expands to fit the needs of the bureaucracy, so...
I always enjoyed the collaboration between two films, two shows. I always love seeing characters interact,
We are not having this conversation. You and your pathetic engineer need to get everything together. You work for me. Where's the quadrilithium, Nathan?
I honestly think playing Mayor Menard or Minard, I think that was honestly my favorite character to play. Like, it's...
I know we're scared. But hope can be a very powerful thing.
I remember when I did this, like, everybody was asking, like,
Let's not lose
it's
hope.
only 2 minutes, what's the point? And then we did so many of them, And now it's kind of a staple of my films, the Constar Adventures, you know.
That's assaulting a senior officer now.
They had such great chemistry, both Greg and Yava. They're both such talented actors. I was really blessed to have them both on set.
Hi.
And I love the chemistry that Yava and I had together. Like, it really felt natural, even though that was the first day that I had met her. So talented. And I think the setup for Around the World and Forever really, I mean, that was my homage to fan films in general, but it really paid off. You really felt the emotion, you know, the loss of that character, you know.
Not affected.
I hear him call my name, and I failed him.
I think Nightmare reflected the fact that you can take, you know, bits and pieces of just stuff and make it work, you know. You don't need big budgets to do stuff.
I honestly love
Same thing with the Mind's Eye. You don't need huge budgets. You just need, you know, passion, you know, and passion in people, you know.
I never thought I'd hear myself say that. You have to learn to hold on to the love that you had and move on. You have to learn how to live.
I know. It's just so hard.
She's one of my best friends, honestly, Amy.
Going completely wonky with the designs.
Wonky. Is that a technical term?
Such terrible green screen.
I don't know how else to describe it, but it's very fun. Makes me feel like exploring.
I loved that set of the crew quarters.
What's in it?
I don't know. I only heard about this a few days ago.
Wolf did such a great job of building that set. That was a beautiful set to be on, I tell you.
Wow.
What the hell? I thought you were going to take care of all of them.
Things change. The probability
God,
of being
I love
found
playing
out
Minor,
has
dude.
increased significantly.
Go ahead, Commander.
I am sorry to bother you, sir. However, during our sweep of the Northern Hemisphere, we have located something that may be of interest to you.
To have Data in my film, dude, like, that's a childhood dream.
You think you have all the time in the world.
This is one of those ones where, like, this was a story that was really close to home, you know, like the what-ifs of the situation.
And I just want to tell him.
Because we all go through that situation, like what happens if we lose people
meant
that, you know, mean something to us, you know.
Captain Pike.
Yeah,
We
Lieutenant
never,
Menard.
we never really go back and
You ready for Chief
talk
Engineer?
to them, you know.
Yes,
We
sir,
always
I think
push
I
that
am.
off, you know.
Glad to hear it, son. Report to the Valiant on Tuesday. We can't have too many ships.
And I always
Klingons
thought Scott Smith was the perfect Captain Pike, and he did really good in that episode, or well, that film, you know. He did really good.
One where you're in control. One where you're not a slave.
And Steve did really good in this film. He was really awesome. Like, such a talented editor, director, filmmaker. Like, that guy, I honestly see him going places. Now this, see the Constar Destroyed, this was honestly one of my favorite films. So easy to film, but just
the war with the Empire.
really worth it. It's a storyline that I never really intended to do, but, you know, the fact that we got a refit Constar from it, the fact that it told this storyline, so great, so great to do.
See, I don't think I could have stayed on the old Valiant.
And this was fun, playing Kelvin Menard.
Well, Jack being promoted to the center seat.
I just, like, put myself in different uniforms, you know, even though it was, like, saran wrap on my body. Like, who wants to see those man boobs?
And transporting.
and Cordy's eyes, dude. We all laughed on set at his eyes, dude, because he always go crazy. I love that face right there. It was real Bugs Bunny. Wah, wah.
I'm you. Without any of the pleasantries. I'm nothing like that. But sometimes it's just an end.
I had to make my beard lighter, so I used flour to kind of dust it in there and everything to make myself, you know, look older. the cheats of filmmaking.
For the job if anything were to happen to you. I just wish I could talk to you again.
She's so talented, man.
So the shields are stronger.
This is when we shot Baratus using the footage from that. The Starship Ajax / Starship Valiant crossover.
Vance. How long have we known each other at this point? Seems like forever, hasn't it?
Yeah.
Must have been a freshman in high school at the time, which seems like forever ago. I just created a Facebook account, and I got this invite to the promenade. I didn't know that I'd be kicked out a billion times because of my inability to follow rules and guidelines. But even though everything that happened between us, good, bad, or ugly, you never abandoned me. You never left me. You're a good man. I have to say that you've probably been more of a father figure to me than my actual stepfather. You're kind, you're caring, you'd give somebody the shirt off your back if they needed it. And everything that you do, you put your heart into it. When I came out as trans, you didn't run. You weren't afraid, and you didn't judge me. You accepted me for who I am. And I love that about you. Just like everybody else here loves you. And Vance, no matter where life takes you, whether I'm here in Junction or I'm somewhere else, I'm always going to be looking your way. And I'm always going to be looking out for you. Because that's what family does. Love you, brother.
A few days ago, I was approached and asked if I would do a tribute clip for you, Vance. To you, actually. In Royce and Mona. It's a thank you clip, and honestly, I've told you thank you so many times for everything and for you being the person that you are. You give everything 100%. You never back down. You're an amazing person through and through. You and Mona are beautiful souls. We met over a year ago at Sonic when I was working there. You brought out the person that I want to be, and that person is the person that sees potential in themselves. I never saw that before until I met y'all and did your fan films with you, Old Wounds and Mr. O'Sullivan's Bakery. You were there for me when no one else was, when I was down and out. You were able to listen to me and not judge me for the person I was and who I am now. I hope Royce will watch these videos one day and listen to all these people, all these beautiful people tell their stories, talk to him, and see what an amazing guy his dad is. Everyone has dark secrets, everyone has their flaws, but it's who we are. It's what makes us human. Thank you, Vance, for being there when the world was crashing down around me. I'm glad I did the fan films with you. I'm glad you helped me when I needed it. Keep geeking on, man. Keep geeking on. Because there's no one that's going to be out there to stop you. Forget all the negativity and, like you said, focus always on the positivity. I hope your life adventures go great for you. I really do.
Hey, Steven here. Sorry, probably should have been looking a little better. So, I just want to take a second to say thank you, Vance, for introducing me into the fan film project thing. I am going to continue to keep doing fan projects as my schedule allots me to, and I do want to thank you for, letting me be a part of your fan film projects, even though how last minute it was. I definitely thank you. You've been awesome friend to work with, and I hope that and whatever adventures life takes you on next, that I can definitely be a part of it. Thanks, man, for just being there, and thanks for, just being awesome like you are. It's great hanging out with you, man. I look forward to seeing you in the future.
My name is Andre Martinez, and I met Vance a couple months ago through a connection I had in New York. I worked with Vance on his film Stand With Me as the guest star, and I watched several of his fan films. Vance retaught me something extremely valuable. I'm a working actor in Los Angeles. I work with professionals who are constantly re-evaluating their own work, re-evaluating performances, cinematography, all this stuff. And with all this in mind, when I worked with Vance and when I saw what he was doing, it was all just raw joy for creating something. As long as Vance was creating, he was happy, and he really retaught me why I'm here in Los Angeles, why I'm creating, and reaffirmed my purpose in life. Thank you, Vance, for all you've done for all these fantastic people, and thank you for reteaching me why I'm here.
Hello, Vance. It's Bill. I know everybody's recording tribute videos and thank yous to you for all you've done for fan films and whatnot. And I just wanted to contribute my part to it. A lot of people are saying thank you and we'll miss you, and I'm not going to go that way because you are not allowed to stop making fan films, okay? Look, it's quite simple. I have a hostage. And if you don't keep making fan films, Tony Stark gets it.
He's gonna get it.
All kidding aside, I wish you luck on future endeavors and hope someday you come back to make more films. But you gotta go do you, man, and you gotta do your thing. Everything you've done, I've really enjoyed. I've had a great time talking with you and getting to know you. And the future will be good for you, one way or the other.
Hey, just wanted to take a minute or so to just talk about Vance. I mean, it's hard to really describe everything, what he means to me, what he means to, I know, a lot of other people. I mean, he's helped out so many. He's been a great friend to me. I mean, I know we don't talk often, but he's always there for me when I need him. He's got a true love for Star Trek. I know he's been through some hard times, but, I mean, he's helped me fulfill one of my childhood dreams. And he's been an inspiration to me in so many ways. I just remember one of his quotes all the time, and I know I'm not getting it right, but I'm going to paraphrase here, but basically, he always says the world doesn't belong to the bad people.
Yeah.
And that's something that means a lot to me. Vance, I love you, man.
Hi, Trey here. As Vance's main editor for Lo These Many fan films, I've gotten to collaborate closely with him and certainly got to know him as an artist, and he's very creative, obviously. He's a real idea man. He's a great storyteller. Doesn't let any limitations get in his way. He tells his story. He's a guy who has definite ideas, but he's always open to considering the possibilities. And if something works better, he'll go with it. I've seen the way he works with his actors in his films. He's always putting them at ease. He's giving them as many takes as they need. He's very patient. He's encouraging. They obviously have a really good time together because they're friends working on a film together, and he really embodies the spirit of what fan films ought to be. As a person, he's very unselfish.
A lot of fun.
He's always willing to help somebody out. He's definitely a great friend. He's willing to listen. He always treats people fairly. Above all, though, he's a family man. Mona and Royce, he obviously loves very dearly. They're clearly the most important thing in his life. If they have any more kids, I know he'll feel just the same about them. But they're obviously the center of his life. He's a very good man, and I am proud to know him.
Likewise, man.
The first productions I saw of Vance's were the Pen Pal shorts. When I saw what could be done to present a story with nothing more than ingenuity, I was really impressed. I also loved what he was doing to relate the crews of the different Starbase Studios productions. When I finally met him in person at Promenadicon in 2016, we became instant friends.
Yeah.
We spoke about how I thought that Pen Pals brought a sense of camaraderie to what Starbase Studios was doing. Not long after, he pitched the idea that De Silva and Menard would actually be related through Emily, my character's cousin, and his character's wife. This really flattered me. This guy was making these two characters across Republic and Valiant a literal family, and creating a historical relationship between the two of them that extended into the Valhalla Stone. I was thrilled to have been able to be part of those films, as well as to be included in Resistance and the voice work he's asked me to do since. Even though these were Menard's stories, he wanted me to be part of them.
Yeah.
All of his work to date is about bringing friends together as fans and producing a story within a nearly non-existent budget. And having a story, friends,
that's
and
really
the passion
true.
to create something from almost nothing is what Vance Major brings to the fan film universe.
Dude, I'm flattered.
Okay, what has Vance meant to me and my fan film life? Well, I always refer to Vance as my force of nature. He's the one that pushes us along and is also like an immovable object. You know, he knows what he wants and he gets
Pain in your ass.
And I'm the executive producer of Dreadnought Dominion, but I also do lots of editing for Vance's films. And he's always calling and saying, "Hey, I need you to do this. Can you do this?" And my first reaction was, "I don't know how to do that."
Yep.
And then Vance goes, "Oh no, but this is what I need. It really looks good, and this is how I pictured it in my head.
Yep.
And can you do it?" And before I know it, I've done it.
So talented too, man.
Vance is just the biggest pain in the you-know-what that there is, but he's also somebody that can inspire you.
Told you.
And to push you forward and make you do things that you've never thought that you could do in your life. Like today, I'm sitting in the bones of a captain's chair. No Star Trek pun intended. I have to skin it and finish it. But this is the kind of stuff that Vance pushes me to do, because not in a bad way. He says, "Hey, can you do this?" I'm like, "No, there's no way I can do this." Well, yeah, maybe I can.
Yeah.
So that's what Vance has meant to me in my fan film life. Is he's just the motivator. He's the idea man. He's the inspiration, and he's all around good guy. And even though he says he's retiring from fan films, I know he's always going to be around in some capacity, because I know I'm not retiring. I'm making this chair for a reason, but I know that Vance is always going to be behind me, pushing me to make me a better editor, filmmaker, and prop maker.
Yeah.
So, hey Vance, that's your sign. Hey Vance, good for you, and glad to have known you.
Hey Vance, Michael King here, creator of Starship Valiant and the Menard character. Nah, I'm just kidding. But you're leaving fan films, huh? Well, you did something I could never do. I could never muster the strength to leave fan films. And before you say anything, I'll just say, you don't know the power of the fan films.
Star Wars?
I must obey my master.
Star Wars.
Return of the Jedi. But anyway, hey, I just wanted to say that...
Reference.
Hey,
man, I got it.
If the world exploded and fan films ended tomorrow, what I could say more than anything is that I met a really, really cool guy
Likewise,
during the entire experience, and that person was you, Vance. You've been a really, really great friend. I love you, man. You've been a beacon of hope in all the madness. And I like to think that you're a very, very unique person, that there's no one else like you. And I gotta say that I appreciate you. I care about you. And I'm very, very proud of you. I created the character of Menard out of a figment of my mind, but I could have never created that character if I had never saw you, because you were the burst of energy that really got my juices flowing when I thought of that character. I was like, yeah, that guy, that is the engineer of the Valiant. And no one else could have done it but you, man. I look forward to us working together to complete the films that I want to complete.
Yeah.
I have nothing but great things to say about you. You've been a wonderful friend. I'll miss your films. And to me, you have embodied what it is to be a fan of Star Trek. And your films are an example of the love that you have for the franchise. And I appreciate everything that you've done. And I'll miss you. But what I'll say now more than anything is two words that need to be said to you that have a whole lot of meaning. And really it's the only thing I can say for your friendship, your kindness, everything that you've done for Valiant. And those words are, thank you. Take care of yourself, that wife Mona, and that beautiful baby.
I have nothing. I'm speechless on this, guys. Honestly, it's keep on geeking on. I have nothing. I'm speechless. I'm flattered. I'm honored. I never would have thought that anything like that would have been made. Like it was so much memory lane for me. All of you guys who were with me on my journey, because that's honestly what it was a journey of self-discovery, because I learned a lot about myself. I think I learned a lot about you guys. A lot of good times. A lot of good memories, some bad ones, but you got to take the good with the bad. But I think at the end of 34 films, it was an incredible journey. It was an incredible time, and every sacrifice, I wouldn't give up any of them, because they were worth it, every single one of them. I could have walked away at any point. There's always drama in fan films, they say. When I first started fan films, there was drama, of course. And even now, there's drama, and I'm sure there will always continue to be drama. Anywhere you go, there's drama. But I could, and I could have walked away at any point. But I wanted to give Royce something that he could look back on and say, my dad did that. And he did it with nothing. And then to take that and use that as the stepping stone for something better. And say, I'm going to do more. And each one of you guys helped me do that. And if I can inspire my son to do better than I can, and what I did, we're bettering the next generation, which is ultimately what Star Trek is all about. I've never said that my films are great. Certainly there's not the quality of, production value to them. But they're good stories. They're stories with heart, if you take a moment to look at them. They're not for everybody, and not everybody will like them. You know, not every story is for every person. But when you look at the canvas, you know, the tapestry of the stories that I've told, you know, it's hugely me. The story of my life. There's a lot of symbology into the stories that I've told. So if you enjoy the Menard character, that's me. I put a lot of myself into my stories, and I try to make the characters based on people I know. So that's why a lot of people, when they say that they feel very relatable, that's why, and that's how I write. So all of you guys who were a part of this, you guys are part of my life story in more than one way. And I want to thank you. This dedication to me, nobody gets that. And I'm deeply honored. I love each one of you guys. I have a lot of respect for you guys. A couple of times I wanted to just flat out cry because I was overwhelmed. Thank you. Honestly, thank you. I will miss doing my own fan films, but as I've said, I will help others with theirs, no matter what the future brings. So, thank you.